From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Scott Wright. Scott, we knew who would be taking the lead in the running back position for the Cowboys this year. Justice Hill's the obvious leader of that pack after Big 12 Freshman of the Year season a year ago, but lots of question marks behind him. I think we got an exclamation mark on the backup situation against Tulsa. It looks like J.D. King is the guy for sure.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. They needed somebody who was going to be able to be that guy to take over that Chris Carson role, to be that physical guy that could step in and get some tough yards when they need it, give Justice Hill a little bit of a rest, and J.D. King certainly stepped into that role well in the few carries that he got in his first game right out of the gate as a true freshman. Also the big 71-yard touchdown run that really impressed some people. Even Mike Gundy said, I didn't really know he had that kind of breakaway speed. So seeing that from him in his opener, just a really exciting thing for Cowboy fans, obviously. But now knowing that they really have one guy that they can rely on to provide that little change of pace for Oklahoma State's backfield is a really important thing for this team to have.
6 carries, 95 yards. You mentioned the 71-yard burst up the middle for the touchdown, and you mentioned how it excited some of his teammates, some of his coaches, obviously Cowboy fans, but there were some folks back in Georgia that got pretty fired up about it too. I mean, you had a chance to talk to some of these folks who know J.D. King. I mean, he was living amongst them just a few months ago.
Right.
What was it like for them to watch him make his debut?
It was a lot of fun just hearing them tell the stories. You know, his the recruiting coordinator at his high school, Fitzgerald High School in Georgia, you know, the guy that came to Stillwater with him on his recruiting visit was coaching a JV game on Thursday night. Didn't get the chance to watch it, so he had it recorded, had his phone stuck away so he couldn't see it. Told his wife, don't tell me anything that happened, so that he didn't get anything spoiled. Started watching it about an hour after it had begun, and you know, just going nuts in his house all by himself and having a blast. But you know, a lot of the former coaches at Fitzgerald, a lot of that staff has moved on to other places, and now they all gathered in one place and watched it together, and we're you know, just losing their minds watching this debut of this kid who they thought could be really good, a really good character kid. They knew that he was going to have a chance to succeed, but to do that in your opener is pretty special.
Yeah, I would assume he would have a chance to succeed. I think 6,000 yards, Scott, as
Yes.
a senior. I mean, even the really good high school running backs, and he plays what we sort of estimate as maybe a big 4A relevant school.
I would say comparable not only in size but in culture to Ada. You know, it's the type of town where on Friday nights they're shutting everything down. Everybody's going to the ball game.
Yeah, but 6,000 yards. We saw him take a step towards some more big numbers in that opener. We'll see what J.D. King does to replicate that on Friday night as the Cowboys head to South Alabama. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.